Hi and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking you on another adventure to show you Albania's beautiful coastline, pristine beaches, and incredible ancient ruins. Over the next 3 days we'll explore some of the most scenic and historic places along the Albanian coast, starting with a dramatic mountain drive from Saranda to Vlore, a city rich in culture and the birthplace of Albania independence. Then we'll hop on a local bus to Ksamil, known for its crystal clear turquoise waters and stunning beaches. And finally, we'll journey into the past at Butrint National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site filled with ancient ruins and breathtaking natural beauty. From rugged mountains, stunning beach towns, and archaeological wonders, this trip has it all. Let's get started. Hi, we are Dharmesh and Kieran from KD Travelers, two early retirement slow travelers sharing our journey and knowledge to help others do the same. Let's travel together. We started our drive early from Saranda, heading north through the mountains. As we climbed higher, we found ourselves surrounded by patches of fog. It added this dramatic, almost mystical feel to the landscape. The winding roads, towering peaks, rivers below, and lush valleys, it was stunning. And of course, no road trip is complete without a quick coffee stop. We pulled over at a cafe to stretch our legs and admire the view of the mountains and valley below. It's moments like these that remind us why road tripping is so rewarding, a chance to slow down and really soak in the beauty. We arrived in Vlorë, a city where the past and present collide in the most unexpected ways. At first glance, it's a place on the rise, new buildings, seaside resorts, and the energy of a modern coastal city. But look a little closer and you'll find yourself standing on the very ground where Albania's fight for freedom began. It was here in 1912 that the dream of an independent Albania was declared to the world. This city isn't just expanding, it's standing tall on centuries of history. On November 28, 1912, Albania declared its independence from the Ottoman Empire, right here in Vlorë. And right near the waterfront, you'll find the National Museum of Independence, housed in this building where the declaration was signed. If you're in the area, it's definitely worth a visit. And nearby was our next stop, Vlore Park Pyramid, a monument surrounded by gardens and staircases leading to a great viewpoint over the city. From the top, you get a beautiful panoramic view of Vlore and the surrounding bay. This is a great little spot for a nice view of the area. Then we made our way to Lungomare, a 5-kilometer waterfront promenade lined with beaches, cafes, palm trees, and modern art sculptures. It was a beautiful sunny day and people were out enjoying the beach, strolling the promenade, and relaxing by the sea. The promenade here is much longer than the one in Saranda. We can imagine how crazy busy this area might be during the high season compared to how it looks right now. From here, we started making our way up by walking up the main street towards our next location, and such a difference from going from Saranda to here. The sidewalks were so much wider, there were parkette areas, and so much to see along the way. Okay, our next stop, we visited the Muradie Mosque, a historic 16th century Ottoman mosque built by the famous architect Sinan. Its unique stone architecture and central dome make it a standout. This mosque has survived centuries of change and remains an important symbol of the city's past. Just a short walk away, we stopped by the Monument of Independence, a striking statue commemorating Albania's freedom and is the center of Flags Square. It stands tall in the city center and honors the leaders who helped shape the country's future. Nearby you see another monument making note of that very important date, November 28, 1912. Next we made our way into the heart of Vlore's old town. Here the pace slows, the streets narrow, parts of the area went through revamp. You'll see beautiful buildings and restaurants along the colorful streets. There seems to be pops of color everywhere. Wandering through these cobblestone alleys, we discovered a more authentic side of Vlore, one that reflects its rich cultural heritage. If you're looking to experience the soul of Vlore beyond the beaches, Old Town is definitely the place to do it. After all that walking, we had to refuel and quiet our hungry tummies. We stopped for a delicious Greek-style lunch in the Old Town, which was simple and satisfying. Just outside the city center, near the Independence Monument, lies the ruins of ancient Aulon, the original settlement that would become modern-day Vlore. You can still see part of the old city walls and archaeological remains dating back to Roman times. Not a huge site, but fascinating if you're into history. Then we started making our way back to the car and enjoyed a nice walk to work off our lunch. We made one final stop before heading home to Zvernec Island. This is home to a 13th century Byzantine monastery. This monastery and church of St. Marie of Divinity. The setting was magical with views over the lagoon and surrounded by nature and peace. This is located outside Vlore, but definitely worth a trip. The walkway over the water was amazing, and we were lucky that the weather was nice. Otherwise, we've heard that they closed it down for safety. We also spotted a hidden communist-era bunker nearby, another reminder of Albania's complex past. Even the drive to the monastery had its own natural beauty, just going down this road with all the trees on both sides. Our driver had a special location he took us to that had amazing views overlooking the city we did not expect at all. We unfortunately only had a few hours to see the city, and it was time to start making our way back down the coast. But we managed to see as much as we could and loved it. Then driving back to Saranda, we came across something totally unexpected. Old rigs up in the mountains. The drive along the scenic mountains is simply breathtaking. Vlore surprised us in the best way, a city full of history, beauty and contrast, modern development, ancient ruins and everything in between. And just when we thought the day could not get any more surreal, a double rainbow appeared in the sky. What a perfect way to end the epic day exploring Vlore. Today we're heading to Ksamil, one of Albania's most famous beach destinations. But here's the twist, we're visiting during off-season. No crowds, no chaos, just peaceful beaches and a relaxed vibe. So let's hop on the local bus and see what Ksamil is really like when things quiet down. We took a local bus from Saranda. It's just 150 lek per person for a one-way ticket, which is about $1.65. The ride is about 25 minutes winding along the coast with some beautiful sea views along the way. As you can see, the bus did get quite full, but a lot were locals just on their way home and got off before Ksamil. As we arrived in Ksamil and got off the bus, it was evident that there was a lot of construction going on during the off-season. Take note where you get off the bus because we did not see a bus stop marked anywhere, so you do need to remember where to get on and off. Right away we noticed how quiet everything was. Many businesses are closed during the off-season, but that just added to the calmness. With fewer people around, you really get to appreciate the natural beauty of this place. The only issue for us was where there was nothing open along the waterfront. We also noticed that there was a lot of construction in the area as they are getting ready for the busier season. Ksamil is known for its white sand beaches and crystal clear water. Even without summer sunbathers, the shoreline was beautiful. In the high season, you can rent sunbeds to enjoy the wonderful beaches. There are also a lot of water sports and activities in the area. Just look at that stunning coastline with its clear turquoise water. The beaches here are also known for being the top beaches in South Albania. There are also some small islands just off the coast that added to the postcard feeling. In the summer, you can rent boats or paddle over to them. We were approached by a couple of boats offering a tour of the islands for around €10 per person. Today we just enjoyed the view, but imagine that it would be a fun thing to do. Walking through town and along the beach, it's easy to imagine how lively this place must be in July or August, but visiting now gives us a different, more local experience. No lines, no noise, just a chance to see the side of Ksamil most tourists don't. That is, as long as you don't mind being here where most things are closed.
Sorry, kid, is the water warm? You sure? Is it cold? Yeah. The more time you spend, the better it gets.
Came across some fun looking paddle boats slash taxis. They being the off season, they're just put away for storage, but nice to look at. After exploring the area for a couple of hours, we were hungry, so off we went to find some food. We walked around and found a cozy local restaurant serving Albanian food, fresh grilled meat, fish, and homemade bread. Our food was delicious, but nothing topped the stunning views of the sea. Even in the off-season, you'll find a few welcoming spots serving up traditional food at great prices. It was a great time to get to know our new friends and hear their stories over some traditional food. Ksamil in the off-season feels like a hidden retreat, peaceful, beautiful, and a great break from the crowds. If you're traveling through southern Albania in fall or winter, we'd say definitely still worth a visit. We're just not sure if we would stay here off-season since a lot of businesses are closed. Today we're stepping back in time to explore Butrint National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site packed with ancient ruins, wild nature, and stories that go back thousands of years. It's just a short ride from Saranda, but it feels like another world. Let's get going. We caught a local bus from Saranda to Butrint, the same one that goes to Ksamil. The trip is about 30 to 40 minutes depending on traffic and costs around 200 lek per person. It drops you off right at the park entrance, so it's a super convenient way to get there. Once you get off the bus, all you need to do is go right and walk for about 1 minute till you get to the main entrance. Butrint has been inhabited since prehistoric times. Over the centuries, it evolved through several great civilizations, first as a thriving Greek colony, then as a significant Roman city, and later as part of the powerful Byzantine Empire. Each era left its mark, and today visitors can wander through the amphitheater, ancient bathhouses, and once grand basilica that whispers stories of the past. To enter the park, you do need to pay an entrance fee of 1,000 lek per person, which is around $11. What makes Butrint truly unique, though, is its setting. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is nestled within the lush landscape of wetlands, lakes, and dense forest. It's not just a walk through history, it is an experience where nature and archaeology come together in the perfect harmony. One of the impressive landmarks in Butrint National Park is the ancient theater, which dates all the way back to the 3rd century BC. It was once the hub of cultural life, where thousands of spectators gathered for plays, performances, and public gatherings. What's remarkable is how well preserved it still is. The stone seating, the stage, the structure, all the testament of the engineering brilliance of the ancient world. Just a short walk away, you'll find the remains of the Roman Forum, once the heart of the civic and commercial life. of the impressive landmarks in Butrint National Park is the ancient theatre, which dates all the way back to the 3rd century BC. It was once the hub of cultural life, where thousands of spectators gathered for plays, performances, and public gatherings. What's remarkable is how well preserved it still is. The stone seating, the stage, the structure, all the testament of the engineering brilliance of the ancient world. Just a short walk away, you'll find the remains of the Roman Forum, once the heart of the civic and commercial life. Butrint also holds one of the finest examples of early Christian architecture, an elaborate baptistry built in the 6th century. This circular structure with its surrounding columns and central font would have been a sacred space used for ceremonies. What makes it even more fascinating is the floor. Once completely covered in vibrant mosaic tiles, though today they're mostly kept protected under sand and covers to preserve them from the elements, you can still get a sense of the artistry, color, and scale that once defined the space. The mosaic floor is only revealed once every few years for public viewing and conservation work. It's amazing to think that people were walking across those same patterns over 1400 years ago. The feeling here is both peaceful and powerful, like time has paused just enough to let us peek in. We were lucky to catch a couple of local fishermen out in this very picturesque location. Unfortunately, we didn't have the time to stick around and see if they caught anything. The basilica is one of the most dramatic ruins in Butrint, with towering stone columns, remnants of archways, and open-air corridors that stretch through what was once the major center of worship. As you stand inside, you can feel the significance this place held in its prime. The size alone shows how central Butrint was to the region, both spiritually and socially. This Butrint wall dates back to the 4th century BC and holds a clear example of the engineering skills of the period. The wall was built with no mortar, they just used large blocks that fit together so close and tight. Another fascinating spot within Butrint is the Lion Gate, one of the ancient city's original entrances. Carved directly into the massive stone wall is a relief of a lion attacking a bull, a symbolic image thought to represent power and protection. Walking through this narrow gateway is like stepping straight into the past. It's a powerful reminder of Butrint's strength and strategic importance throughout the centuries. Now, on a side note, there is a museum located in the tower. We chose not to visit the museum today, but you can still walk around the outside of the tower and the views are amazing. And perched just above it all is the Venetian Tower. This fortress-like structure was added during the Venetian occupation in the 14th century, offering a strategic lookout over the surrounding land and water. Climb to the top and you're rewarded with panoramic views of Lake Butrint and the narrow channel that connects it to the Ionian Sea. It's a perfect spot to pause, take it all in, and reflect on the layers of history beneath your feet. The views from up here are simply breathtaking, offering sweeping panoramic views of Butrint's stunning landscape. There's also a small castle across the water known as the Castle of Ali Pasha. You'll need to use the small cable ferry to reach it, but even from afar it's a striking sight. We didn't get a chance to visit the castle during our trip. just about ruins. The park is a protected wetland, home to over 1,200 species of plants and animals. We heard the birds calling overhead and spotted turtles near the water. It's a peaceful, magical place to walk through. There's something special about wandering through a place where history and nature live side by side. Butrint isn't crowded, especially in the off-season, so you really get a chance to connect with it all. We absolutely loved our visit to Butrint. Whether you're a history buff, a nature lover, or just curious, it's a must-see when you're in southern Albania. And then just outside the main entrance, you'll see the only way to get across here is via cable ferry. And that wraps up our 3-day journey along Albania's stunning southern coast. From the misty mountain roads to the vibrant streets of Vlore, the serene beaches of Ksamil, and the ancient mysteries of Butrint. This trip was a perfect mix of nature, culture, and history. If you enjoyed coming along with us, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an episode. Whether you're into scenic drives, off-the-beaten-path towns, or exploring ruins of the past, Albania truly has something for every kind of traveler.